This is not a list of jobs AI can touch. AI can touch almost every job. This is a ranking of how fast AI can replace enough of the work that companies need fewer people to do it. And the job everyone argues about is not even in the top 10. I rank 25 jobs from AI can compress this right now to AI changes the work but probably does not replace the person anytime soon. The key idea is simple. AI replaces tasks before it replaces job titles. If most of your paid tasks are digital, repetitive, easy to check, and cheap to automate, the risk moves fast. If your job depends on trust, physical reality, licensed responsibility, or messy human judgment, the risk moves slower. So let's start with the rule that makes this whole ranking work. Each job gets a score out of 100. The score comes from 5 things. First, how digital the work is. Second, how repetitive it is. Third, how good current AI already is at the task. Fourth, how much money companies save by automating it. And fifth, how strong the human moat is around the job. That last part matters. Exposure does not mean extinction. Researchers at Microsoft, Anthropic, the International Labor Organization, Yale Budget Lab, and others look at AI mostly through tasks. What can AI do inside the job? What does it still fail at? And how quickly can a business plug it into real workflows? So when a job is in the red zone, I do not mean every person in that career disappears tomorrow. I mean the routine version of the work is already under pressure. With that in mind, let's start with the jobs AI can compress the fastest. Number 1 is telemarketer with a risk score of 92. This job is almost the perfect automation target. Scripted conversations, high volume, simple goals, measurable conversion rates, and software that already tracks every call. AI voice agents do not need to be charming enough to win every sale. They only need to be cheap enough to make a lot of calls and good enough to handle the easy ones. The human moat is small unless the sale is complex, emotional, or relationship-driven. Number 2 is data entry clerk with a risk score of 90. Data entry is digital, repetitive, and easy to verify. Optical character recognition, form extraction, and AI validation can already handle many receipts, invoices, applications, and internal records. Humans still matter for messy exceptions. But if a job is mostly taking information from one box and putting it into another, AI does not need a revolution to change it. Number 3 is transcriptionist and captioner with a risk score of 88. Speech to text has moved from impressive demo to everyday tool. The remaining human value is accuracy review, speaker labels, legal or medical context, and noisy audio. That means the job does not vanish everywhere, but the number of human hours needed per finished transcript can shrink dramatically. Number 4 is proofreader with a risk score of 86. Proofreading is one of the clearest examples of AI replacing tasks first. Grammar, punctuation, repeated phrasing, tone, consistency, and basic clarity are exactly the kinds of patterns language models are built to catch. The human moat is higher for publishing taste, legal risk, brand voice, or fact-checking. But basic proofreading as a standalone service is deep in the red zone. Number 5 is customer support representative with a risk score of 84. This one matters because it is huge and familiar. A lot of support work is pattern matching. Read the problem, search the knowledge base, give the answer, update the ticket, escalate if needed. That workflow maps almost perfectly to chatbots and voice agents. The safer support jobs are the ones handling angry customers, unusual cases, high-value clients, or problems where the company cannot afford a bad answer. Number 6 is translator and interpreter with a risk score of 82. Routine translation is highly exposed because the input and output are both text or speech, and the result can often be checked quickly. But this is not the same as saying interpreters are useless. Live, legal, medical, diplomatic, and cultural interpretation still has a much stronger human moat. Number 7 is content writer with a risk score of 80. Generic content is one of the easiest things to flood with AI. Product descriptions, summaries, basic SEO posts, ad variations, and first drafts are cheaper than ever. But the safe version of writing is not typing words. It is original reporting, taste, authority, lived experience, interviews, research, and a point of view people actually trust. That is the red zone. These jobs are not necessarily gone, but the routine version of the work is already being compressed. Number 8 is technical writer with a risk score of 78. AI can draft documentation from specs, code comments, meeting notes, and product changes. That makes basic documentation faster, but good technical writing is also accuracy, structure, user empathy, and knowing what not to say. Number 9 is travel agent or concierge with a risk score of 75. Search, comparison, booking, and itinerary planning are information-heavy tasks. AI is already good at turning "I have 4 days in Tokyo and hate tourist traps" into a plausible plan. What survives is taste, relationships, emergency help, luxury service, and accountability when something goes wrong. Number 10 is basic graphic designer or template designer with a risk score of 72. Simple design work is under pressure because clients often do not need award-winning art direction. They need 10 ad versions, 3 thumbnails, a flyer, a banner, or a social post by Friday. The moat gets stronger when the designer owns brand strategy, taste, layout judgment, campaigns, or a visual system across many assets. Number 11 is bookkeeper or accounting clerk with a risk score of 70. Bookkeeping is full of structured workflows. Categorize transactions, reconcile accounts, process invoices, flag mismatches, prepare routine reports. Software has been eating this work for years, and AI makes the edges smoother. The human role moves toward review, exception handling, trust, and advising the business owner when the numbers do not make sense. Number 12 is junior data analyst or report analyst with a risk score of 69. AI can write SQL, explain charts, generate dashboard summaries, and turn messy spreadsheets into first-pass insights. That is a direct hit to the lowest rung of data work. But the hard part of analytics is often not making the chart. It is knowing which question matters, whether the data is lying, and what the business should do next. Number 13 is paralegal or legal assistant with a risk score of 67. Legal support has many AI-friendly tasks: document review, summarization, search, timelines, first drafts, extracting key clauses. But law also has liability, confidentiality, jurisdiction, and professional responsibility. So the risk is not lawyers disappear. The risk is that fewer people are needed to do the first pass. Number 14 is insurance claims processor or underwriter with a risk score of 65. This work is form-heavy and rule-heavy. AI can triage claims, extract information, compare policies, and flag suspicious patterns. But regulation, disputes, edge cases, and high-value decisions keep humans in the loop. The orange zone is where entry-level work gets hollowed out first. These careers can still exist, but the beginner version becomes much harder if AI handles the easy reps. Number 15 is basic web developer or landing page builder with a risk score of 63. Simple websites are getting easier to generate. A small business landing page, a portfolio, a basic form, or a template store can be built with AI and no-code tools much faster than before. But production web work includes performance, accessibility, databases, payments, security, integrations, edge cases, and clients changing their minds. That is why this is yellow, not red. Number 16 is sales development representative with a risk score of 61. AI can research leads, write outreach, personalize emails, update CRM notes, and score prospects. That compresses a lot of the repetitive SDR workflow, but trust, timing, emotional intelligence, and complex buyer conversations still matter. The safest salespeople are not human email machines. They are advisors who understand the customer. Number 17 is recruiter or sourcer with a risk score of 59. Resume screening, outreach drafts, interview scheduling, and candidate matching are all exposed. The part AI struggles with is the messy human side: motivation, culture fit, negotiation, and convincing the right person to take the job. Number 18 is accountant or tax preparer with a risk score of 56. Routine tax prep and reporting will keep getting more automated, but accountants with advisory skills, audit judgment, compliance knowledge, and client trust have a much stronger moat than clerical accounting work. Number 19 is software engineer with a risk score of 54. This is the controversial one. AI is very good at coding tasks. It can write functions, explain errors, generate tests, refactor files, and build simple features. Anthropic's own economic analysis shows a lot of AI use concentrated in software and writing. So why is it not number one? Because software engineering is not just typing code. The valuable part is deciding what to build, understanding messy systems, handling security, debugging production, making trade-offs, working with users, and owning consequences. The entry-level coding market may get much harder, but the demand for people who can build, ship, and maintain real systems is not the same as demand for people who can type syntax. Number 20 is financial advisor with a risk score of 51. AI can explain investments, model scenarios, and answer basic finance questions. But money is emotional. People do not only need information, they need trust, discipline, accountability, regulation, and someone who understands their life. Number 21 is teacher or tutor with a risk score of 47. AI tutors are real. They can explain topics, generate practice questions, grade simple answers, and adapt lessons. That changes education, but a teacher is not only an explanation machine. Teachers manage attention, motivation, trust, behavior, parents, classrooms, institutions, and social development. AI can help one teacher reach more students, but replacing the person is much harder. The yellow zone is the power tool zone. AI makes weak workers weaker, strong workers stronger, and the bottom of the ladder more competitive. Number 22 is registered nurse with a risk score of 37. AI can reduce paperwork, monitor patients, flag risks, and support triage. But nursing is physical, licensed, emotional, high stakes, and deeply human. A patient does not just need a prediction, they need care. Number 23 is therapist or social worker with a risk score of 35. AI can coach, summarize, and offer low-level support, but trust, ethics, crisis handling, privacy, body language, and relationship are not small details. They are the job. Number 24 is electrician, plumber, or HVAC technician with a risk score of 28. Skilled trades are not safe because AI is useless. They are safer because the real world is annoying. Every house is different. Every job site has surprises. The work is physical, local, and often urgent. AI will help with diagnostics, quoting, training, scheduling, and customer communication, but someone still has to show up and fix the thing. Number 25 is construction or maintenance technician with a risk score of 24. Robots are amazing in controlled environments. Construction and maintenance are not controlled environments. Weather, safety, materials, old buildings, uneven ground, and unexpected problems make full replacement slow. This is the green zone. AI will still change these jobs, but the bottleneck is not only information, it is physical reality, human trust, and responsibility. So, what should you do if your job is in the red zone? Move away from being paid only for production. Become the person who reviews, improves, supervises, sells, manages, or owns the workflow. If AI can create the first draft, you need to be closer to the final decision. If your job is orange, learn the tools before your employer forces the tools onto you. The person who knows how to use AI safely becomes more valuable than the person who pretends nothing changed. If your job is yellow, AI probably is not replacing you tomorrow, but it is changing what good looks like. You need better judgment, better communication, and better domain expertise because the easy tasks are getting cheaper. And if your job is green, do not relax completely. Use AI as leverage. Let it handle paperwork, scheduling, training, documentation, and simple diagnosis. Then protect the moat that made the job safer in the first place. The real question is not whether AI can do part of your job. It can probably do part of almost everyone's job. The real question is whether you are paid for the part AI does or the part AI still needs you for. If you want the next video, I can break down the safest high-income skills to learn next, because the smartest move is not to guess which job survives. It is to build the skills that stay valuable across jobs.